Hello everyone. In today's video, I am going to discuss about one more data structure by name binomial heap. In order to understand better what you mean by binomial heap, let me consider the heap that we have already learned. By now, most of us are familiar with what do you mean by a binary heap. So what I will do is initially we'll see what is the time taken to perform some operation on a binary heap, so that it will be easy for us to compare the same operation on a binomial heap and how binomial heap is efficient when compared to the binary heap. So coming to binary heap, a binary heap or just a heap, we all know that a heap is basically a binary tree data structure which should have two properties. One property is the structural property wherein we say that it should be an almost complete binary tree. Either it should be a complete binary tree or it might be an almost complete binary tree. Almost complete binary tree in the sense, apart from the last level, all other levels should have 2 power I nodes. Say for example, now this can be the structure of my binary heap, wherein this is a complete binary tree. If it is not a complete binary tree, it should be almost complete binary tree. In case of almost complete binary tree, in the last level, the nodes should be left filled. So this was the structural property. Now coming to the second property that a binary tree should have to call it as a heap is the parent dominantial property, wherein depending upon what we are considering as the dominating parameter, we have max heap and min heap. If I assume that the lower value should be given more priority, then we call it as a min heap, or if I am giving the higher value the more priority, then we call it as a max heap. Now let me assume that I am constructing a min heap. So to transform this into a min heap, I should have some values. Say for example, here I am having 5, so I can have parent as children as a value greater than 5, 10 and 12. Now 10 children should be greater than 10. I can have 15, 20. Now 15 children should be greater than 15, 30, 40. 20 children should be greater than 20. There is only one child. Now 12 children should be greater than 12. Now I can have 14. I can have here 45. So if you see that this is a min heap. Min heap. Now let's see some of the basic operation that we do in case of a heap, and let us try to analyze the time complexity of those operations. So first let us come up with the first operation as make heap. Now what I can say, this make heap operation creates an empty heap. I can say that, let me assume that this make heap operation creates an empty heap. Empty in the sense, what I can say that this make heap function or this make heap operation allocates memory and returns an empty heap. Either I can say like this or I can say like this. Now what is the time taken to perform this make heap operation? What is the objective of make heap operation? It just allocates memory and returns an empty heap. So to allocate memory, we know that it takes a constant time. So I can say this make heap operation on a binary heap takes a constant time. Let me write here as make heap time complexity is order of 1. That is, it takes a constant time. That is, I am writing the worst case time complexity. Now coming to the second operation, let me call the second operation as, what we'll do, we'll try to insert. We'll try to perform the insert operation on the heap H. Let me assume that this entire heap is denoted with H, and onto this heap, now I want to insert a new node denoted with X. So what is the objective? The objective of this operation is to insert a new node onto a new node X onto the heap H. Now what would be the time complexity? Say for example, I want to insert. We know that whenever we are performing the insertion operation, the heap should have both the property, that is the structural property as well as the parent dominant property. Now assume that I want to insert a new node here. New node here. So this is my X. This is my X. And the key of X, let me assume that key of X is 2. Is 2. Now, is this a heap, min heap? The structural property is there, but the parent dominant property is not there. Because in this set of elements, 2 is the element which is very less. Now, according to the definition of heap, root should have the minimum element. So what we need to do is, we need to compare this 2 with 20. 2 with 20. 20 is greater than 2. So I need to bring 20 here. I need to bring 20 here, and I have to move my 2 here. Now I will compare this 2 with 10. 10 is greater and 2 is less. So 10 comes here. Next, I need to compare 2 with 5. 5 is greater, so I will bring 5 here, and finally my root node will be having 2. Now if you see how many comparison I have done, I have done 1 comparison, 2 comparison, and 3 comparison. Now rather than saying 3 comparison, I can say the number of comparison that I am doing in order to insert a new node onto a heap in worst case depends upon the height of the tree. Now what is the height of the tree? Height of the tree, we know that it is log n. So I can say this insert operation in case of a binary heap takes log n time. So let me call the second one as insert of h comma x. So this function or this operation takes log n time. Log n time. Now let's move on to the next operation. Let me take the next operation as minimum. Minimum. Now minimum on the heap h. Now what is the objective of this operation is this minimum function or this minimum operation should return the pointer which points to the minimum element. Now in this particular heap, it should function the address of the node which holds the minimum element. So which node holds the minimum element? I know that it is the root node. So to access root node, how much time I require? I require a constant time. So please note that this minimum operation on a binary heap takes a constant time. Minimum of h. So this takes this takes a constant time, order of 1. This is about the operation minimum. Now let me go with one more operation. It's operation similar to minimum, but we call it as not similar. This is called as extract min. Extract min on the heap h. Now what this operation should do is this operation should return the minimum element the operation should it is either delete min or extract min. I'll call it as extract min because most of the author call it refer it as the extract min operation. What extract min operation should do is it should return the minimum element in the heap. Return, or I can say it should delete the minimum element in the heap and should heapify and should perform heapify function. We all know this heapify function constructs a heap, should perform the heapify function. Heapify function in the sense after taking off the minimum element in the heap, I should rearrange the elements once again so that it performs, so that it's heap once again. Now coming to this example, what does extract min should do? The extract min should return the minimum element. I know that minimum element is 2. That means this function, this extract min should return node with key 2. Not only it returns, in the sense it not only deletes, but after deleting I should have a heap for the remaining n minus 1 element. Now, what is the general procedure that we do while performing a deletion operation from a heap is, I exchange the first and the last element. So, first element is 2, last element is 20. So, 20 will come here and I will have 2 here. Now, I will delete this 2. After exchanging the first and the last element, I will delete the last element. That means anyway to get the minimum element in the heap, I take a constant time. But problem is it is not just getting the minimum element. Once you get the minimum element, you should modify this into a heap once again. Now is this a min heap? If you see properly, the least element in this heap is 5. But at the root node 20 is there. So what I have to do? I have to perform a heapify operation. Now heapify in the sense I will compare this 20 with 5 and 12. So in 5 and 12 which is less? So 5 is less. So I will bring 5 here and I will have 20 here. Now once again this 20 needs to be compared with 15 and 10. Now in 15 and 10 which is having lesser? 10. So I should move this 10 here and I should bring 20 here. I should move 10 here and I should bring 20 here. Now 20 is compared with its children. Now there is only one child. 20 is compared with 25. 20 is less. So now this is a min heap. Now if you note once again how many comparison I have done? I have done 1, 2 and 3 comparison. That means in worst case the maximum number of comparison that we do depends upon the height of the tree. So even in case of extract min, in case of the extract min operation on the heap edge, it takes log n time. This is about the 4th operation. Now coming to the 5th operation. Fifth operation is called as union operation, wherein my objective is to merge 2 binary heaps denoted with H1 and H2. What is the objective? This merges 2 heaps H1 and H2 into a single heap H. Now assume that this was my H1 and this is my H2. Now my objective is to merge this together, into a single heap. Now what I will do, I will first copy this H1 onto H. I will copy this H1 onto H. Now I will take each element in H2 and I will start constructing a heap. Now I will take this first element, this root node. Now I will add this root node. Now on adding this root node as the left child of this node, it might be a heap or it might not be a heap. If it is not a heap, I need to call the heapify function once again. Similarly, I will take the next element. I will put here. If it is heap, well and good. If it is not a heap, I will reconstruct the heap. Similarly, remaining 5. I'll put it. So this is the union operation. If you note how much time we are spending in case of the union operation, it depends upon the number of nodes in H1 and H2. So I can say this union operation on two heaps H1 and H2 is order of n, wherein this n is the total number of nodes in H1 and H2. Now this binomial heap comes into picture in the union operation or in this merge operation. When I use this binomial heap on performing the merge operation, you will see later that it takes log n time. And there is one more variant of the heap by name Fibonacci heap, wherein the Fibonacci heap takes a constant time. Anyway, as of now, note that the binary heap on performing the union operation takes order of n time, where n is the total number of nodes in H1 and the H2 heap. Now moving on to the next operation. The next operation, let me call it as decrease key, wherein on a heap denoted with H, I need to decrease the key stored in node X to a value K. Say for example, I want to change, let me have this node X. Node X is 25. Change key of X to, let me have 7. I want to change the key stored in node X to 7. Now, how much time it requires? Now, if you see, what I will do, I will store now 7 in node of X. Now, in best case, it may take a constant time in best case, because if this was a lesser value when compared to 7, if this was say 5, then the heap property would have been maintained. But if you see, this is not 5, so this is 20. 20 is greater than 7. So what I need to do, I need to bring 20 here. And I will move 7 here. Now I will compare 7 with 10, which is less, 7 is less. I need to move 7 further. So 10 will come here. Now I will have 7 here. Now compare 7 with 5, which is less, 5 is less. So root will not be changed. I will have 7 here. So if you note here, how many comparison I have done? Even in this case, I have done 3 comparison, which depends upon the height of the tree. So I can say this decrease key operation on the heap H. Now what was the objective? Objective was to decrease the key value stored in node X. So it is H of X comma K. Now what is this K? K is this new value. Now what is the time take? It takes order of log n time. So this is about decrease key operation. Let's go for one more And the last operation that we generally use in case of a heap by name delete. Delete on the heap H. Now delete means I need to specify which nodes to be deleted, which node should be deleted. So delete of H comma X. So objective is to delete a node X present in the heap. Now let's see. If I want to delete in this particular heap, if I want to delete 30, 40, 20, 14 or 45, there is no problem at all, because all these 5 elements were leaf nodes. So how much time it takes? It takes a constant time to delete a leaf node. But that is in best case. Now what would be the worst case? Worst case is assume that I am trying to delete node 5, which is there at the root node, or I am trying to delete node 7. Now once I delete node 7, what I should have? I should have once again a min heap property. I should have the min heap property, in the sense it should be a complete binary tree or an almost complete binary tree, and it should have the parent dominantial property. Now if I want to delete 7, now 7 gets deleted. Now what happens is, out of the children of 7 are 15 and 10, one needs to be promoted. Basically this delete operation in turn uses the decrease key operation itself. So if you see the maximum number of comparison, or the maximum number of changes that I do in case of a binary heap depends upon the height of the binary tree. It depends upon the height of the binary tree. One thing that I can do is, if I want to delete X, take this X, if I assume that this is my X, now in place of X, copy the last element. So I will copy 20 here. And there will be duplicate. I will remove this. This takes a constant time. Now check whether this is a heap. This is not a heap. If this was supposed to be a heap, I need to compare this with its children's 15 and 10. Now 10 is less, so I need to move 10 here, and I need to bring 20. If I bring 20 here, that is done. We are done. So this was deletion operation. Now in this, you saw it took only maybe one comparison. Maybe it may go on even on the left side, because this was a 10 and this was 15. If this was a lesser value when compared to 10 say for example 7 or 8, I need to move here. Now this element needs to be compared here. So in worst case, I may start with the root node and I may end on to any of the leaf node in the last level. So what is the time taken? Time taken here also is log n. So note that delete operation on heap H, wherein I want to delete node X, takes log n time. So this was about what do you mean by a binary heap, as well as the time taken to perform this operation on binary heap. Now why I listed this operation is, in case of the binomial heap and the Fibonacci heap, we perform this same operation and we just give a comparison that out of binary heap, binomial heap and the Fibonacci heap, which heap is better and which operation on those particular heap takes a less time. Hope this was clear. With this, we'll move on to what do you mean by a binomial heap. Before moving to the definition of binomial heap, we'll see what do you mean by a binomial tree, because the binomial tree is the basic building block of a binomial heap. We'll come to the definition of binomial heap little bit later. First see what we understand by a binomial tree. So if you note, I have stated that a binomial tree is the basic building block of a binomial heap. And a binomial tree, which is denoted with BK, a binomial tree BK is an ordered tree defined recursively as B0 is the binomial tree with a single node. We call it as a singleton tree. And BK tree, that is a binomial tree BK, consists of 2 BK minus 1. Now what is this BK minus 1? BK minus 1 is also a binomial tree. BK tree consists of two BK minus 1 that are linked together in such a way that the root of one is the left child of the root of the other. Now what this definition says is, in case of a binomial tree, I can have a singleton tree which has only one node. We call it as B0. So this is B0, only one node. So this is a binomial tree. Or it can be BK, wherein it can have 2 BK minus 1. 2 BK minus 1. In the sense, if I club 2 B0s, it becomes B1. B1 is obtained on adding 2 B0s. Now what is B2? B2 is a binomial tree wherein 2 B1s are merged together. See here, okay. BK tree consists of 2 BK minus 1 that are linked together in such a way that the root, say for example, this is 1 B1 and the second B1 should be the left child of the root of the other. So this is B2. Note that B2 is a collection of 2 B1s. Similarly, if I go for B3, what is B3? B3 is collection of 2 B2s. So I will have first B2 here. This is my first B2. Now I should have one more B2. This second B2 should be here, the leftmost child of this B2. So here it is once again. This is a binomial tree. Note that binomial tree can be recursively defined as a singleton tree with just one node, or this is B3. Now what will be B4? B4 is the combination or the linking of two B3s. So this was about what do you mean by a binomial tree. Now depending upon the definition of a binomial tree, let's quickly move on to what are the properties of a binomial tree. These are the properties of a binomial tree. So note that the first property says that the number of nodes in a binomial tree Bk will always be 2 power k. So if I take B0 is 2 power 0. 2 power 0 is 1. So hence in case of B0 I just have only one node. In case of B1 wherein k is 1, it is 2 power 1. 2 power 1 means I have two nodes in B1. Now in case of B2 it is 2 square. 2 square is 4. I have 4 nodes. In case of B3, it is 2 power 3, which is 8. Hence, I have 8 nodes in case of B3. So, that was about the first property of a binomial tree. Now, coming to the second property of binomial tree, it says that the height of the binomial tree is equal to k, where k is the degree of the binomial tree. If k denotes the degree of the binomial tree, then the height of the binomial tree is equal to k. So say for example, if you take this B0, what is the degree here? Degree is 0, hence height is 0. Now, what is the degree of B1? B1 in the sense degree, you can call the number of children of the root node. In case of B1, how many children are there? How many pointers are there? Just only one, hence its height is 1. Now, in case of B2, how many degree of this root node is 2, hence the height of this is also 2, 1, 2. Now, height of this B3 is, there are degree of this root node is 3, hence height is also 3, 1, 2, 3. So, this is the second property of a binomial tree. Height of a binomial tree is always equal to k, where k is the degree of the binomial tree, or I can say it is always log n. I can refer it as, I can also say that it is also exactly log n, where n is the number of nodes. Now if you take this, it is 8 nodes, 2 power, it is log 8 to base 2 is 3, hence height is 3. Here 4 nodes, log 2 to log 4 to base 2 is 2. 2 nodes, log 2 to base 2 is 1. Similarly here. This is second property. Third property, number of nodes in a binomial tree at level I. at level I is always given by this particular equation. Say for example, I want to calculate the number of nodes on the binomial tree B3 at level. I want to calculate at this level, level 0. How many nodes are there at level 0? At level 0, there is only one node. At level 1, there are 3 nodes. At level 2, there are 3 nodes. At level 3, there is 1 node. Let me take what is this? In this tree, k value is 3 and I value is also 3. If you have noted here, I just have only one node. How to calculate this? This is equal to k factorial, that is 3 factorial by 3 factorial by my 3 minus 3 factorial, that is 0 factorial. So hence 3 factorial and 3 factorial gets cancelled. I am left out with only 1. So if you note here at level 3 I have only one node. Let me take at level 1. This was at level 3. Let me take at level 1. So here k is equal to 3 and I is equal to 1. Now what is this value? This value is k factorial, 3 factorial by 1 factorial into k minus y factorial. K is 3 minus is 2 factorial. So this is 3 into 2 into 1 by 1 factorial is 1, 2 into 1. So if you see, this gets cancelled. I will be left out with 3. So at level 1 it is 3. The same thing if you apply. If you apply for other levels also, you will get the same answer. This was about the third property. Now coming to the last property. The subtrees rooted as the children of the root of bk are b0, b1, b2 up to bk minus 1. If you see, this is my B3. This is my binomial tree B3. Now the children of this B3 will be B0, B1 and B2. If you see it clearly. So this is one child, this is B0. This is the second child, which is B1. This is my third child, which is B2. Hence the fourth property. The subtrees rooted as the children of the root of any binomial tree Bk are B0, B1, B2 up to Bk minus 1. So these are the 4 important properties of a binomial tree. Now with this, we'll go to the definition of a binomial heap. Coming to the definition of binomial heap, if you note, we have defined a binomial heap is an ordered collection of binomial tree. In some textbook, you find that they define this ordered collection of binomial tree as a binomial cube. It might be defined as a binomial heap is a binomial cube, or I can say binomial heap is an ordered collection of binomial tree that satisfies the following binomial heap properties. Now what is the first property? Each binomial tree in a heap H should obey the min heap property. Say for example, if I take one binomial tree B0. B0 means I can have only one node, 10. This is fine. If I have B1. Now B1, you know that B1 is nothing but 2 B0s. So if I have 15 here, in order to obey this min heap property, the children of this 15 should be greater than 15. This is B1. Now let me have B3. If I have my root node as 2, let me have 8 here, 5 here, 10 here. So this is this a B3? No, this is a B2. To have B3, I should have one more. So it should have the min heap property. I will have 3, 7, 12 and 25. It says that min heap is an ordered collection of binomial trees. So these are one binomial tree B0, B1, B3. This is a collection of binomial tree wherein each binomial tree H should have the min heap property. Now second one, for any non-negative integer k, there must be at most one binomial tree whose degree is 1. Now if you see this binomial heap, which is collection of B0, B1 and B3, B1 is repeated only once. B0 is repeated once. B1 is repeated also once and B3 is repeated also once. Now if I have one more B1 here, say for example 25 and 40. Now 4 of this put together, we don't call it as a binomial heap because the second property says that for any non-negative integer k, there must be at most one binary tree whose degree is equal to k. Now, I have B1 whose degree is 1. I can't have one more binomial tree with the same degree. That is the second property. The third property, all the binomial trees will be joined by the linked list of the nodes, root node of the root node. These are the So I can say that this particular diagram represents a binomial heap. Basically, each of this root node, each of these nodes will be represented with the help of a circular doubly linked list. Don't worry about the exact representation of each of this node. As of now, you can state that, or I can state that this is a binomial heap. Binomial heap is an ordered collection of binomial trees, wherein each of the tree should be a binomial tree. Each of this tree should have the min heap property, as well as there should be no binomial tree repeated. In the sense, if B0 is there, I can't have one more B0. If B1 is there, I can't have one more B1 in the same binomial heap. If B3 is already there, I can't have one more B3. And all these binomial trees are linked together with a linked list. So this is the definition of a binomial heap. Hope it is very clear that what do you mean by a binomial heap. Maybe in the next class or in the next video, I am going to discuss about what are the different operations that we can perform on a binomial heap, and what is the time taken or the time complexity of each of those operations. Thank you.